I think look, there are a number of issues. There's obviously quite a lot that has been said, but I think there's a fundamental issue regarding finance and access to finance and affordable finance. ADB, for example, does not afford any concessional finance to middle-income small island states. And that's a fact. World Bank has done it. World Bank, for example, takes into account vulnerability. We had 1/3 of the value of our GDP wiped off within 36 hours when we had Cyclone Winston in 2016. We've since then have 12 to 13 cyclones. These are hardcore realities. You cannot expect small island developing states to be competing at the same level, meet the SDG goals by 2030, when you do not have affordable finance available. You are at the cold face of climate change. You of course now have something thrown into the mix which is called a pandemic. And when you have sort of service-driven economies like tourism, etc., it does have a huge impact. So I think affordable, accessible finance is critically important. Otherwise, you'll be caught in that sort of in that cycle, and your ability to then build resilience into your economy, whether physical resilience in terms of infrastructure, resilience in terms of capacity, service delivery, I think will become severely reduced, and you'll always be playing a catch-up game if you do not have access to affordable finance. I mean, Leonard was going on about a number of things there. I mean, yes, I mean, we do all know all that. We do know about the diaspora. We do know, I mean, at the moment, for example, our money wallets through Vodafone, the M-Pesa, which is a program that's developed by a local. We're, doing something like $10 to $12 million a month. And they did about $1 billion worth of transactions in terms of diaspora sending money. So all of that is happening. We have, because of the pandemic, a lot of companies, institutions have now selling stuff online, products not just locally but also internationally. The idea is firstly to be able to bring your entire citizenry into the digital space to offer them services, whether it's education, whether it's in terms of agricultural programs, them knowing the markets where they'll be able to, for example, sell their fish at better pricing, which port to go to. I mean, it's an entire sort of gambit of issues. But of course, for them to be able to access mobile telephony connectivity, they need access to electricity. So you need to build infrastructure. For that, you need to have capital expenditure. For that, you need to have revenue. For that, you need to have finance, access to affordable finance. So, I mean, it's a whole gambit of areas that we need to be able to talk about. Farmers having access to markets, you need to ensure the infrastructure is there. We've got, for example, at the moment, we're doing a lot of sort of marketing online for various products. Fiji apparently now is one of the most highly sought after turmeric in the world. In the past 18 months, with only freight flights going to USA, apart from kava or yangona being exported to the American market, the second highest product was in turmeric. So there's a lot of discoveries being made. We're getting markets connectivity, but we need to essentially embed that through the society itself. So government has at this point in time, for example, offered to pay the fees for shops, offered small, medium enterprises to pay the fees to get on a common payment platform, because traditional banks charge too much. Money wallets don't charge too much. That's why people are sending money through the money wallets. That's why people now want to have common e-pay platforms. So we are paying for them to actually get onto that, so for the next 2 years. So once we do that, then we actually embed a culture of people being able to carry out transactions, accessing information digitally. So I think that would be my takeaway, and I think it's affordable and accessible finance to be able to take a holistic approach to it.